We're going to ride down along the Chama River all the way to Abaquai and ride along it. So, stop and get some gas and maybe something to eat for lunch. We're in Abaquai. It's about noon. Okay. Gonna get some gas and something to eat and drink, maybe, and head on to El Rito. $3.09 for gas here. It's not too bad. I think we just reached the summit of this Valecitos Road, number 106 or whatever it is. And we climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed.
Non-stop.
Yeah, it's 106 right there beside you. And the aspen trees are everywhere. Pines. Look like some spruce or something too.
There's all kinds of trees.
And it's been trying to rain on this mountain. And the road, you can see it sprinkled on it some, but it wasn't muddy.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get some rain. It started sprinkling.
Yeah. But I sure like the cooler temperatures, and it may have settled the dust a little bit.
Much better.
We'll get back on pavement for a little while at Valecitos. Well, they had some forest fires going on that 106 over Valecitos Mountain there. Had a bunch of people working in there and heavy equipment. A few people we could see. And then from Valecitos we came northwest on 111. Now it's ended and it's turning into 42, and this will take us all the way to Highway 64. Hope it's pretty decent. On 42, we got up here close to the top of the mountain. There's this log pile. I guess waiting for the truck to come get them. It cleared a bunch of I think maybe the orange ones are the ones they want to save, that are good healthy trees or something.
Oh yeah.
Here anyway.
There's some orange ones down there at the end though.
Huh?
There's some orange ones at the end.
Yeah. But they're still standing, aren't they? We're on 133 Ranch Road, I think, or County Road. That big mountain over there is San Antonio Mountain. It's huge. And this is all beautiful ranch land. Fine looking cows. The water, there's a river right down there where those bluffs are. I think that's can't remember what river it's called. San Antonio River or something like that. Isn't that pretty and green? Those cows are in hog heaven. Cow heaven.
Cow heaven.
Yeah. Got all those Indian paintbrushes and stuff.
Yeah.
Flowers. Water in the river. Dust on the roads. This is the area where Garland and I took the wrong road. You can see this mountain right here is San Antonio Mountain, then the San Antonio River off to the left, and then that area back out this way is where the plateau was, where we took the wrong turn right along in there, and a little red dot right in there is the spot where we got off of the right road. Anyway, you can sort of see the ghost road where people may have been going in pickups or something across there, and then to the little yellow red dot. I'll zoom in, you can see the road that we had to go on right there to get down to the paved road right up here is 443. This road right here was filled with rocks, basketball size or beach ball size. You couldn't even see the dirt until you got way down here. It's a little dangerous, hard to navigate, but we made it. Ever since we crossed the San Antonio River, we've been fighting this 78A road with tons of rocks in its first gear, idling along basically. One good thing is the gate's not locked, and neither is a cattle guard. I didn't see the cattle guard until I got right up here. I said, oh, I don't think it's locked anyway. It's just tied off with some baling wire, barbed wire.
This road hasn't traveled very much.
Huh?
This road hasn't seen a lot of travel.
No. I can see why. We're almost to Los Pinos River and town, and almost to Colorado border. There's that great big mountain again, San Antonio, Mount San Antonio, San Antonio Mountain, something like that. Garland got down. Now I'm trying to get down. I'm down to the easy part where it's not bowling ball size rocks. Anyway, we're going to try to get it on down and get out of this place. Next day we came back down 285, came back over by on that highway, Forest Road 118 there around the San Antonio Mountain, got back on Road 87, which turned into 441 County Road, rode it back over and to the split with 87 and 87A and 93, rode it up into the mountains towards the Los Pinos River. This is where the highest elevation was, I think, and then caught 443 back down to the Los Pinos River and rode it back out and up to Colorado, and then from there we basically rode back to Chama, New Mexico, Cuba, spent the night at Cuba, that campsite 103, and then right on back to all the way back to our campground at Apache Creek down by Reserve the next day. I want to insert a little map of Colorado, southern Colorado, that we rode once we got on Forest Road 103. That's in Colorado right there. And we rode that on up 3 or 4 more miles, caught Highway 17, Colorado Highway 17, and took it west up several miles, very scenic, following the Conejos River right along there, and then it turned southwest, still climbing, went up through the La Manga Pass, and again kept following it, the railroad train station up there at La Cumbres Pass, followed it on down into New Mexico again, and we stopped at Chama for lunch. While we were there, a storm blew in, and knocked the power out just as we were finishing our meal there at Jemez. So we decided we better get out of there before the storm really started dumping a bunch of rain on us. So we got out and came on down to the intersection there and got gas, and it really hit about the time we started leaving out. We got gas and then headed on south on 84, and there was windstorms, lightning starting to sprinkle a little bit, dust storms. So we were lucky to get out of Jemez when we did. We followed 84 and 64 on down to Tierra Amarilla and caught 112 here, which to the southwest, which nice little scenic paved road. And then as we got up here to the lake there at El Vado Peak and the Lake State Park right there, and crossed over the dam, which is a real high dam road, and then it turned to dirt from there for about the next 15 or 16 miles on down towards a little community called Yavis, and then we intersected with Highway 96 there north of Regina. Still 112 turned into 96 there. We followed it on down until we got to 550 and then went on into Cuba. Didn't even slow down through Cuba. We just kept on going, trying to get back up to our campsite before dark. We followed 126 up 10 or 15 miles until we hit that Forest Road 103 again. Went up on the hill, the mountainside, found our campsite. Nobody was there, and got there about 7:30. Proceeded to put our tent up and our my hammock, and it was threatening rain that afternoon, so I decided to keep my rain fly close by. Wednesday morning, June the 16th, there's that San Antonio mountain that we rode around yesterday. I'm going to go back down that way and pick up the PDR where we had to drop it last night. We were in Antonito, Colorado, staying at the Narrow Gauge Railroad Inn. So, packing up, getting ready to head out again. Trying to take care of some problems I kept having yesterday with my seat and my tank bag and my back rest here. Way too wide. I need to make it taller. So, anyway, we're heading out. We're in 105. It's 9:10, 9:09, Wednesday morning. We're all packed up, ready to go. Go get gas and then we'll be on the road. So. You ready?
Ready.
We just leave the mountain. We rode 285 down about 8 or 10 miles from Antonito and took 118. This is a road. I've seen pictures with cattle trucks on this road going over to the pens to pick up cows and drop off cows and calves and stuff. Anyway, that is such a beautiful round off mountain, and a lot of grass and stuff out here, but don't see very many cows right now. They're all probably around the water tanks. That's the area we came from yesterday, going up 287 towards Los Pinos. Beautiful day. Okay, we're back on Highway 87 again this morning, where we turned off on the bad road yesterday, which was wrong. We were supposed to go up a few more miles on 87, then turn on 443. That was bad. We finally made it to 443, but boy, was it a job. Rocks, fences, and gates, a steep decline at the end with huge bowling ball sized rocks and stuff going down probably 45-degree angle. We're gonna go the right way today. Right. We're going the right way today. When I first pulled up here, I thought this was a beautiful little lake right here with a dam going across over there. And it may be, but it's covered with flowers right now. Real pale blue flowers. But I think there is a creek right there. This is 87A. It goes down to Laguna campgrounds. Real pretty. That's 87 right there. It goes up the hill over there. And we catch 443 off of it to Los Pinos. So making a little better time than we were yesterday. Yeah. Oh. This is Highway 87 north of the big mountain northwest of it. We're up 8,000 feet or better in the Aspen Grove. On Highway 87 going down the mountainside. We're way up, 9,000 or 10,000 feet, I think. Comes Garland. I told you we'd see some snow. Over there, over there. This is still in New Mexico, right here. Those mountain peaks over there, I think, are Colorado. There's some way over there, over that way. Boy, that was a nice road.
That was nice.
Pretty. I think this is our turn right down here.
So much more pleasant than last night.
Oh my goodness. Los Pinos to the right. 10 miles. The intersection of 87 and 443. The Los Pinos River Valley below. Comes Garland down the hill. Hey, man, that's close.
Nice.
How you doing?
This is a nice trail.
Yeah, it is. Look at this view down here. We rode along the side of this mountain, and the creeks, two creeks down there come together. This is 443 going down to Los Pinos. This is what we almost missed.
I know.
I think that's San Antonio Mountain over there. Looks like it. We came out of the trees back that way, following that same little creek down this ridge line in this little valley on this ridge line. And then off over here is Los Pinos watershed. Goes down to its valley. Getting closer. Well, we're on Forest Road 284, headed up to Colorado. We saw this shade tree right here beside the river. So we took a little nap, had a little snack lunch, listened to the river flowing right by us here. That's the Los Pinos River, the Pine River. We're going over to Chama and eat lunch. It's about 1:20, 1:40. Try to make it back to Chama tonight. Right on the Pinos River. Took a little break there and a nap under that tree. There's the Colorado sign. Did the New Mexico BDR. Congratulations. Now we'll go back, pick up the parts we missed.
Yeah.
We didn't miss too much. It is officially 2 o'clock. We follow this 103 all the way to 17. Crossing into Colorado, right on the border there. Forest Road 103 again. Lake. South of Chama, about 40 miles. Up in the hills on Highway 112. We're going towards Cuba. Next 15 miles is dirt road. Still. Pretty little lake. It says there's a state park back up that way on the east side, I think. It's 7:30 Wednesday night. We're back at our dispersed camping site on Forest, just a mile off of 126 on Forest Road 103, up the top of the hill, where we spent Tuesday night, I think it was. And we're gonna hang the hammock and tent down there. I may put up my rain fly because there's rain in the area. Anyway, we had a big lunch at Chama, so we're probably not even gonna need supper. Just gonna start unloading. The next day, which I think was day number 5, we got up and didn't even make coffee or breakfast or anything. decided to get back on the road and go back into Cuba, which our road that we had missed on day 3, I think, came out right here close to our campsite, and 103 was on the BDR route, so we just followed 126 back towards Cuba about 8 or 10 miles and caught Forest Road 533, which is very, very tight and crooked, but plenty of trees around. Followed it about, it seemed like 8 or 10 miles till we intersected with Forest Service Road 20, which is a bigger road. Followed it a few miles and ran into Forest Road 78, which was even bigger and nicer. Then we intersected with the old Highway 44 that went from Chama to San Isidro, and it's still paved. It's about 10 or 15 miles back into Cuba. We rode that. Stopped at Cuban Cafe there and got another great breakfast. Gassed up while we were in town there, and then we headed back south on 550. We were going to try to catch a road that we had missed on day number 3 going north towards Cuba. We detoured and wound up going down south on 550 to San Isidro, catching New Mexico Highway 4 north up through the Jemez Mountains from San Isidro up to Jemez Springs. Ate supper there, caught the deal there. Anyway, this is the road that we had missed the other day, so we wanted to try to catch it, and I have not been able to locate a number on it, but it was about 10 or 15 miles south of Cuba, following an arroyo back up through the mountains there, and back over by Dead Man's Peaks and San Luis Peaks and stuff there, and we tied into the Torreon Highway, like a Farmer Market Road, Indian Road or something. Went back up to Torreon and stopped and got some drinks, and didn't get any gas, but went on that road up, tied in with Road 197, which turned in as soon as we went on the Chaco Indian Reservation to Indian Road number 9, and we followed it. As you can see, it's straight as an arrow, no pun intended there, for probably 20-25 miles or so, past the school there, and then turned sort of southwest on 9, going back towards, making our way towards Grants. And then the road turned into, I think that's a New Mexico 509, once it leaves the Indian reservations, and it goes all the way back to Grants. Anyway, 509 runs into 605, which goes on into Milan, catches, turns into 122. We go back to Grants on that, and then going back through Grants and get a little gas and refreshments, and then we go on Highway 117 paralleling I-40 for 10. Anyway, Highway 117 goes south right along the El Malpais, or the lava flow, the Badlands there, and the Acoma Cliffs, and it's sandwiched. The road is sandwiched in between the Malpais area and the cliffs. Sometimes it's just a few hundred yards distance there. Anyway, we went on through there, and I think the next map will show picking up about the area along here, making our way to Pie Town. On our way back to our pickup and trailer at campsite in Cruzville, Apache Creek Campground, we came down the Pie Town Road from the El Malpais area and the Narrows and Acoma Arch. We stopped in Pie Town about 5:29, and they closed at 5 o'clock, but they were still there cleaning up, so they gave us or sold us a piece of pie and some water, and stuff, and we ate there, and it was raining to the south, which we were planning to go back this way through the Mangus Mountains to Highway 12 and back to our campground. But we decided that's not a good idea, and we didn't want to ride to Datil, and so we went back over from Pie Town on Highway 60 to Quemado, stopped and got gas and something to drink, and then headed on back down this way. It looked like the rain was gonna clear up, and we made it back to the campground there. Decided to load on up before it got dark and just hightail it back into reserve, catch 180, ride the pickup, and it was way past dark. The elk were everywhere. Got into Silver City, which was quite a sight with all the lights from the Highway 180 was way up above the city, so I think Garland slept through that. Anyway, I kept driving. We went on down 180 to Deming for the night, and Thursday morning, June 17th. Got a little sprinkle last night. Looked like it's going to rain quite a bit, but it didn't, thank goodness. Would have been messy, but I had to put my tent hammock fly up. So it's 6:30 in the morning. We're gonna pack up and head back towards Apache Creek campground. Well, we're all packed up, ready to go from our Forest Road 103 campsite. That Garland's ready. Almost. You ready?
I'm ready.
Thought I'd get that on film. Asking you if you're ready.
Yeah.
I think I am. Okay. One more look around our campsite. All by ourselves. Only one car come by our pickup last night. Going back down to Cuba, gas up, maybe get something to eat. Head to Grants, and then on down to Apache Creek today, hopefully. Signing off. Bye. Well, we got back to Cuba after riding BDR-553 and 20 and 78 and then 11 back into town. We're going to stop here at the Cuban restaurant. A little rundown looking, but maybe the food's good. Hopefully. I'm going to go on in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm Terry.
Terry from Albuquerque?
Yep.
All of y'all from Albuquerque?
I'm from Albuquerque. Larry.
Larry.
Good to meet you. Richard.
Richard. I'm Cecil.
Nice to meet you.
And that's, what's his name? Garland.
It's hard to remember after a while.
Yeah. Cuban Cafe.
Yep. Yeah, it's good.
There's the
I could probably look it up.
Cerros, Cabazon, and all the others that I can't remember all their names. This is the one we missed on Tuesday or Monday coming up here. We've been on this road about 16 miles. 15 and a half miles, headed towards the Torreon Road, which is paved, and go up through Torreon and ride 197 and Highway 9 and 605 back into Grants. And it's time is about 11:30, roughly. Sure is hazy or smoky. Stopped at this store and gas station in Torreon. got some Gatorade and ice cream. We're heading on out, not on Indian reservation for a long time. So. Well, we're on the Chaco Indian Reservation on Highway 9, headed down to Grants. We stopped to oil our chains, and I painted mine red. And the guy that has a ranch right up this road, about 5 or 6 miles, Mike Silverthorn,
Yeah.
stopped, and he's a Harley rider. We talked for a good long while. Now we're ready to get back on the road. So. Highway 117, New Mexico, going down towards Pie Town from Grants. And this is called the land between the rocks or something like that. This is rocks here up so high, 150 feet or so. Another one way back there around the corner. And then there's another one way back over there. And there's lava flow just all out there. And the road is just sort of sandwiched right in between them. Garland's riding around the E of Cuba Arch. We're in there, that granite or rock or whatever it is. It's open at the top and behind it. Pretty impressive. This whole line of rocks is just very jagged and spires and holes in it, caves, arches. There's another little arch up there. On the way back south of Grants, we took Highway 117 down beside the Malpais. On the west side of us, on the east side, was this big rock wall all the way down there, and they call the area that the road goes through the Narrows. And this is the Coma Arch right. Here we are at Pie Town after we got some pie there. Starting to rain, or trying to rain on us there on Highway 60. Good pie. That's about a 6, 8 or 8 inch pie, about 2 inches thick. We ate half of it while we were sitting there. Ate the other half the next day or so. We protected it with our lives. So. That's at Pie Town. This is the owner. She let us get some food and come outside and eat it on the front porch. And it's raining the way we need to go. So looks like it used to be a service station too.